excited for the amazing work that they're actually doing and a launch that is going to be coming up. So before we actually get everything started, I'm going to ask Ms. Dorothea Macheru to please come forward and give us an opening prayer. She's looking very lovely as well, by the way. A round of applause for that. But we start off with our opening prayer, and if we can all just pay attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm so privileged to be here, and I'm pleased to meet ExQ and Nata. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, there's a time for everything, and it's a time for you guys. And Psalms 100 says, "Come to the Lord with joyful music." I'm so happy and proud of you because you were given the voices to sing. They say in heaven, they're singing all the time. So good for you, and I hope we will also practice and sing and copy from them. Let us pray. Thank you, Lord Jesus, this evening for gathering us together. We thank you, Lord, for our musicians. You gave them the voice to sing and entertain people. Those gifts, Lord, we cherish them. Make them use the gifts in a pleasing way. We ask you, Lord, to be with them as they travel wherever they go. We thank you for the audience that is here this evening, Lord. They've come and they should go in peace, in love and joy. Make this gathering fruitful. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Macheru. A round of applause, please. So we've just gotten that kicked off, and now everybody can do skanzwa. Now we can now be naughty because we put everything into God's hands. All right. But we're excited to be here, and I'd just like to welcome everybody that is here. I had seen Tatenda Tahibu earlier, a Zimbabwean cricket player who did such amazing work, but I think he's stepped out. Maybe he may come back. But I'd just like to acknowledge the CEO of Diaspora Insurance, Mr. Jeff Mudzingo, and his family that is also here, and the entire team from Diaspora Insurance. You've been doing an amazing job. And even just looking at the work that you're doing, supporting Zimbabwean artists coming here back home. So many of you have left home and you've had to look for jobs outside of your own countries, but they still find a way to bring a piece of home, to be right here with you, to make you feel at home, even when you're far away from home, ensuring that peace of mind is guaranteed, right? Thank you so much, it's good to be here. I've also seen that we have Marshall Gore, who has been part of the ZIFA board, especially with diaspora engagement. Do you see him? Oh, there you are, right there, yeah. And he's here, he's also been doing an amazing job, and it's good to see you here. I would also just like to welcome ExQ. We've got Nati ExQ and his team. He's got DJ Tomuka. And you need to be sitting here, Mr. Santano. All right, he's actually the one who's going to be organizing, he is organizing the event that is going to be taking place tomorrow, the official album launch, ExQ. But as we're starting off, I'll let you do it whilst you're sitting there. If you can give us some welcoming remarks, get everybody acquainted with why we're here, the work that you do as Diaspora Insurance, why you're supporting these artists and the amazing work that they do, and also just getting us all comfortable. Right, you can go ahead.
Oh, okay, thank you, and good evening. Welcome everyone to the event, and we feel quite honored to have our celebrities here. ExQ, Natio, DJ Tamuka, you are all welcome. Diaspora Insurance House is our house, and you always feel welcome to come here. We do host a lot of events, and it's part of our social corporate responsibility to create the capacity and the support for the community. Just last week we had more than 500 people coming through this very venue where we were supporting the Zimbabwean embassy with the consular service outreach. So we do host other countries that we provide our service with. But as Diaspora Insurance, our work is simply to guarantee people peace of mind. And guaranteeing people peace of mind in that, God forbid, one day each and every one of us will get promoted, and we don't want our send-off to be a story of misery, a story of double trauma. So the work we do is to make sure diasporans especially, we manage the financial shock of losing someone in the diaspora or losing a family back home, and we give immediate financial intervention. We do a policy called Diaspora Funeral Cash Plan, and it gives the financial intervention that is cash immediately within 24 hours of us getting proof of death, and that has helped a lot of people. We do cover not just Zimbabweans, but we're now going 24 African countries wherever they are in the world. Talk of Ethiopia, Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, Cameroon, all sorts of African countries. We do cover them, and we give them the cover for their peace of mind. We are regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority, and we reinsure into one of the biggest reinsurers in the world, Africa Re, offering a guaranteed acceptance policy, which is a cash-denominated funeral policy. Cash, because cash knows no border, and our clients are transnational citizens. Therefore, they want a policy which is equally transnational. But beyond the work that we do, this Diaspora Insurance House, we acquired this building last year, not just for our use, but to give the community a home, and also to move from the narrative of Africans being associated with the struggles and endurance and whatever, to a story of excellence. So we want us to be viewed as a people, and give also our children an opportunity to look up to something that it can be done. So we are very happy to have you guys here, and more importantly, congratulations on the album launch, and we really appreciate the work you are doing and being the beacon of hope for so many. Thank you so much.
A round of applause, please. And you heard him mentioning that over 24 countries, right? It's not just Zimbabwe that you're working with. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that is going to be expanding, seeing how even other African artists are going to be supported by the work that you're doing, and looking at how we're bringing Africa together and we start telling our stories here, even telling our African stories. I'm very big on telling the African story, so I'm really excited to see the work that you're doing. By the way, my name is Rumbi Takawira. Some know me as News Bay, some know me as Conservation Bay, some know me as Karate Bay, some know me as Skydiving Bay, some know me as, okay, you know what, right? I do a lot of things, I wear a lot of hats, but I'm a Zimbabwean conservation journalist. Started off as a news anchor actually, and the person who's behind this camera used to be my boss at the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation when I used to read the news on TV a long time ago when you all were still young and growing up. But I'm just excited to be here really. But we're talking about ExQ and his album launch, but I want to see who are the real ExQ fans. So I was hearing some of the stories because I was just standing next to ExQ acting like I'm not listening to anything, busy on my phone, but I was hearing stories, people coming with their funny stories, telling me that this is how they started supporting ExQ's music. There was one very exciting one, but we'll get to that one as well. But I want to find out who's the real fan. And I'm going to ask just one question to see who's the real ExQ fan. I think you should give them a free ticket if they get this group.
But they bought tickets already.
Oh, they bought tickets. These ones bought tickets already. And you can give them an extra.
Oh, yeah.
VIP ticket. You can give them an VIP. Yeah, so that you can get backstage access. Yeah. It will get upgraded if you get the song correct. So ExQ started his music career quite a long time ago, and some of you may have grown up listening to his music. And I want to find out, which year did he release his first song that actually made him very famous? Which year did he release his first song that made him very famous? And if you actually know what song it was, even VIP. Yeah? Going once? Nah, I don't want to hear the song first. I want to know the year. Anyone? Going once?
2001.
Oh, so near yet so far. You could try again. When? No. 92, were you born? 2016. No, he was much closer actually. He was much closer.
Get the prize for being close.
We'll think about. Oh, you're messing up my job. You're making my job really difficult. Perfect! And that is the correct year, right? I think the DJ doesn't, but I'm not too sure if Tamuka didn't whisper to me. Tamuka, I don't trust you. Are you sure? No, Tamuka, oh, nice one. Okay, yes, so his very first song that actually made him famous was in 2002. What song was that? You said you know the song. Can you sing it?
Oh no. No.
Sing it. You don't have to like sing. It's not like you are singing. You know, like ExQ, like sing it. Like what? This was ExQ's very first song in 2002, and he was telling me a story about this song and how everything worked out, and I can't wait to hear that story because we're gonna have a Q&A and we're gonna get to talk about how he actually took that song and how it made him big and what he was doing with the money that he was making with the song. I'm excited to hear that. But I need now someone. So he's upgraded to VIP.
Yeah.
You're upgraded to VIP, my friends. Life can just change. You see? Life can just change just like that. Oh, right. Okay, now I just need you to, you don't have to really sing the lyrics of the song, but if you can tell me. What? This is vibes now. Guys, this song, fire. Alright guys, but anyway, it's really exciting that you are ExQ fans, and I'm getting to know who really understands him and the work that he's been doing. But he's been an icon since 2002, and we want to understand his journey, where he's going with it. And he's been one of the most consistent artists that I have personally seen. So arguably one of the most consistent artists for decades now. From 2002 to now, he's still relevant. Wow. Sound all right, so he's sitting here with Natty O. He's also going to be supporting at the album launch tomorrow. We're excited to see that. And he is one of those, like Natty O's music. Too much. Too much. So we're looking forward to that, and the fact that you guys are also working together is something that's really special. But we want to talk about the readiness for tomorrow's album launch. Okay? So who do I start with? Do I start with you, or do I start with the man himself? All right. So talking to us about the album launch, we will talk about other albums that you've done before, but we want to talk about this specific album. What is the general theme around the album that you've just come up with? How ready are you for tomorrow's event? How excited are you? And why are you here? Why did you decide to do it here?
Hi guys, I'm Mr. Puriri. And Thank you so much, guys, for being here. So, Mangwana, chaka irere katukulo cha album. Uyo mwana wangu wechi, aninga chi, asoko manai wanasha wandisa. I think the wechi 9, if I remember correctly. And I'm excited because it took me 2 years now. So me and Nati always we are like a father and son. So I don't like it. Yes, I'm working and whatnot and whatnot. So some so it really takes time because you have to come up with a project that's really perfect and sounding good. And you know, panozo toda time pachigadzira album. When you release some music, it changes, so you have to keep up with the sound and get start trending that time. So we're here and we are excited, but we were excited the day that I decided, okay, so at 23 August, to get to UK Wolverhampton to launch our new baby. And the reason why we're here is because, you know what, this year I'm celebrating, I think, this is 25 years in the music industry, or something like that. And we've been doing the same thing over and over again. You know, if I look at the stats, UK is like number 2 on the audience, you know, Terama music. So I say, why not? I might as well travel to the UK and launch my baby here.
Wow, so you say this is the 9th baby
Yes,
thereabouts.
yes.
Right.
So that's why we UK and I'm going to launch an album, it's not peace of mind. Chimbenda unaona Diaspora Insurance. That's why I'm here.
Peace of mind guaranteed, right? So you can just pass on the microphone because I want to talk about the preparations for this album launch. How hectic it can be to organize such a kind of event here in the diaspora, and you've got an amazing artist who's come here to do it here, right? Very away from home. Can you just talk to us about that process and how excited you are and how far you are with the preparations now?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming up, and I'd like to thank everybody for supporting Zimbabwe music. From a personal perspective, it has been my dream to drive Zimbabwe music across the borders, and ExQ's project, Ndoyokutanga, and it's easy because me and ExQ share the same dream. So everything, Chingo Batana. But what made it also easy is people who were buying tickets and that drive to understand how to say, sure, we really need to do this. And that's all.
All right, so what's the lineup looking like? So we've got Nati O here. I do understand there's also a South African artist who we're hoping to also be here, maybe sometime. I don't know if he's already arrived. But what's the lineup looking like?
The lineup, when we created the lineup, who represent the old and the new, and we also wanted to balance it out. So we wanted to incorporate everybody. Imo's just coming in.
Yes, Imo from South Africa. A round of applause as he's arriving. No, you don't need to come and sit in the front, don't worry. He's not the one. It's his team. So Imo is here. All right, we're just waiting for him to come through. All right.
Yeah, so we've got ExQ, Nati O, Imo, we've got Master H. Unfortunately, most of these guys couldn't make it because their flights got delayed. They're actually on their way from London coming over here, Birmingham. By the time they can get here, to get out of it. But the whole lineup, Iripa, Flyer, Wakwanisa Kuya.
Oh, that is great. We're excited to Oh, Master H. All right. So you've mentioned how you want that balance of the old and the new, and so on, the young and upcoming, and so on. Nati o ExQ ati relationship is like father and son. Antka. All right. So I want to find out from you the most valuable lessons, if you can just pass down the mic to him. The most valuable lessons that you've learned from working with ExQ, from even seeing the work that he's done, because when you're still young and growing up, Vangavari masalala, vachirola mangoma, right? And they're still out there, and they're those role models that you probably look up to. Talk to us about the most valuable lessons that you've learned from him and just working with him as well.
So yeah, I learned a lot, almost everything. How to live well, how to live proper. It's not just music, but at the same time I learned a lot musically. I think writing skill developed a lot when I met ExQ years ago. That's when we became father and son. He told me, hey, album ready, by the way, that is gonna come in years to come, but on the father and son. You know, it's just a testament of the things we've gone through, the moments, wherever we've been to. It's been a long journey. So yeah, I learned a lot. I'll write a book, but I'm thankful in this moment. The most important thing is I'm here today. And I want to thank Diaspora Insurance, I want to thank you, I want to thank everybody here. This is history. I'm actually here where I'm supposed to be with him, next to me, which is important because sometimes we don't get the time to be around each other for work, for family purposes, or for whatever purposes. It's important that I'm here, and today it's his album and I'm next to him. We're soldiering on. We want to make sure this goes well and we win. So I want to thank everybody. It's a special moment, so that's important. And I've also learned to be there for my family, and I learned it from him. When you have your people doing things, you have to be there and you have to defend. And you have to do it for them and make sure you walk with the soldiers until we win the journey.
Until we win the journey, and because the journey has to continue, and you've seen how ExQ has continued to evolve for years and years and years through generations, and you're also going to be taking this baton and he's giving you that mantle, and you have to continue this legacy. How do you want to see your legacy? So with Diaspora Insurance, they say, how do you want to be remembered, right? That's something that you say at Diaspora Insurance. How do you want to be remembered by your people? Do you want them to think about you as a stress? Or do you want them to have peace of mind that has been guaranteed by Diaspora Insurance? How do you want to be remembered yourself, and how do you want to push on this legacy, following in the footsteps of your father, ExQ?
Yeah, so ExQ already is, if anything happens to him today, is going to be remembered as a legend. And I would like to walk the same path. I want to be remembered as a legend. I only have one album. That means I need to speed up. I think you say how many?
9.
It's 9, so I need to speed up. I need to do maybe 15 albums, or I don't know, more albums, but I just need to make sure I walk within the same lane. I want to be remembered as calm artist, no drama, no problems, someone who gave people strength, empowered people, gave people intangible wealth in form of the music. Just like he's the same image that he has, I want to inherit that and more, even better, and polish up some of the mistakes. Yeah, that's why we're father and son. So
I like
it's true.
That. Yeah.
Polish up some of his mistakes because I see them, I know them, and it's not my role to correct them now. But I would act. That is the right correction. I would act the right way after. So yeah, that's how I want to be remembered as a legend, Mateo. Emulating the father, ExQ.
Yes, like father, like son.
Yeah.
To be like father, like son, literally. And ExQ, even as you're listening to what Nati O is saying, and you are already a legend. You're a living legend because you have carried from urban grooves now to you even have some dancehall in there. You've got some. You have everything. You've collaborated with so many people, with so many artists, and you've just been evolving over time. And remember, like you said earlier, you said the sounds have to go with what's trending and how things are being taken now and so on. So now I'm gonna get into your album, into your new album. Some of the trends, what are the things that inspired you to actually do this album right now? And the theme behind that album, what is that one thing that made you say, okay, this is the theme that I want to, does it have a specific theme, and so on?
The thing is, when you get to the album, you just want to be in a safe space and make music. So the most important thing is if you have a team around you, decided to tell which direction with this album. But when you're making music, I swear, it's hard to think about, you're just in the mood, creative mood, you just want to make music and do the best that you can. And then your team, okay, guys, it's time to release this project. I think Chaiva. Yes.
But it took you time to actually release your first album, confirm.
My first one?
Yeah, your first album.
Yeah.
Which year did you release your first album?
I think that was 2006.
Yeah,
so but it was because of other things. Mm-hmm. Because when I started making music, and I propagate it, so when I did my first project, it was just about 2 songs. And okay, don't laugh.
Let's talk about those. Let's actually talk about that. Let's talk about those 2 songs and yeah.
So when I did my first project, I really liked the project because I'm one of the guys who got a project in a cassette. Because my first project, I'm getting a cassette. Imagine.
Yeah, there's some people who probably don't even know those in this room.
I know. So I had a cassette, I'm getting 2 songs. Salala, ni pandaka kuona. So Salala, I'm getting side book. Pandaka kuona, I'm getting side book. You get what I'm saying? And then the side did Marajan and a cappella, the instrumental, the paper a cappella, you know, just to break it down. Because that's a cassette, some music. And that was my first project. But because I was under a contract, I had to wait 2 years to pay the album. But the album, Raja, also released, you know, my systems. But yeah.
But you were telling me an interesting story about these 2 songs, by the way. There's a time you used to perform just these 2 songs. So just tell us that story and the money that you were making, because you said you're already now selling music, right?
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
A peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
So when I started music, I tend to my ghetto youth, you just want to, I was kufunga anything else, you want to make music but so I used to walk from Kambuzuma. If you know Harare very well, I used to walk from Kambuzuma and Chipinam town. I check in Pawaram Park, Nepa, Heroes, no, that's a Buddha, no, Bovediana, and Pinam town. And I used to just try and convince, because being in the studio, you have to pay money. So I had to just try and bug the guys at Delani. I'm on the record though. So after like 6 months, it's like, so just give us 1 song, and this is your best shot. So imagine, I mean, you're looking like
dust.
You know what I mean? And then, oh my God, Masalala, I'm going to 4. I'm trying to do something. You know what I mean? This guy is like, you know, proper English and whatnot. And then you're like, okay, you're trying to convince them you can do this. And then I did. And everybody was like, oh, okay, nice, fine. Give us another one. In my head, I'm like, bro, this is my best shot. You know what I mean? And then it was like, the guy was like, no, I don't go now. No, it's okay. And then the guy was like, I want you tomorrow, we're in a good song. But I should have a love song, because then Roy and Rose, Plaque Days, David Smith, and some songs, and they were like, we don't want love songs, system. We want something different. Guess what? I walked back home to sing another song. The next day in the morning, the song ends in Salala. You know? So I stood there around 9ish in the morning and everyone was ready. Panagamba Salala, Navamuruga was next thing. And then the rest was history. No, Payango is go for radio. I remember it was 3, Radio 3. Musoya got released in a week's time. I had my first show. In a month's time, Navandatanga Batamar. Hey, no Bagatanga like it's alive. The Batamar baby. The Vandapinam show when the representative is the Nandinas and the Garazam Pin. I bought new clothes. I went to a restaurant, I ordered food. I was like, let me count my money.
Right.
Yes.
Which restaurant was this?
Some place by ExQ, upstairs, yeah. So yeah, from then, Nandam Salalo,
And now Musalala for sure, because Ganacham Tarisa, would you think could I found back to Kambuzuma, walking all the way from Kambuzuma in town and struggling and hustling to just get that one break, and you got that one break. And then after you got that one break, what has kept you resilient to say, I want to keep doing this? This is the thing that I want to do. What had even inspired you then to get into music?
So when I did my O levels, I flung at 2, and then my mama wanted to get no nyora mawe 2 utoba 85 because I had found out that chichi. So I'm in Guero, I'm listening to David Fincher's Chimba. I was like, I really wanted to sing, but my parents are a different story. So Nango Peza Onyora and Atozombonotora Marizal, I was like, I want to make music. So making music, that's all I know. That's all I wanted, and I enjoying, and I've been making music. It's been what, 25, 26, I don't know, years making music. So I really enjoy it, and every day it's easier for me because I've done the harder part. Now it's just me. I feel humble. Like sometimes I celebrate you. I just want to be free. I just want to make music. I just want to walk around feeling free. Like I don't want to dress up and look like a superstar. You know what I mean? I just want to make music. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. And also because I've got a good team, everything is so much easier. That's why I don't need a company bed. That's why we're here in this big building, and Diaspora Insurance is doing well because they've got a team. So, I mean, for me, I make music because I've got a good team around me, so it's perfect.
And that is such an inspiring story to even see how you started, where you came from, and the resilience to get to where he is now. And the last thing that you mentioned was thanks to Diaspora Insurance, we're here in this building and we're continuing with that dream. So now I'm going to ask you, Mr. Madzingo, because you're supporting some of this work and hearing the background and the impact, how does that make you feel? And what do you even aspire to do even further to ensure that you continue to help inspiring the next generations?
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's quite encouraging when you see talent coming through, and for us to be having the opportunity to support them, it's something amazing, and we always believe that we are here for the community. Whatever ability or capacity we have, it's capacity that we need to leverage and lift up our people. So we've been supporting musicians, the wider community for a long time, and we feel honored and privileged to have that opportunity to support talent coming through. And our kids, especially in the diasporas, we really appreciate it when the musicians like ExQ, Nati come from Zimbabwe and encourage the diaspora kids as well and inspire them to say, guys, it can be done. It's very important, especially for our kids in the diaspora, because the risk is that we may end up with a situation where we bring kids who feel lost and they've got no role models. So this connection is very, very important. We are stronger as a people if we retain our identity. Without our identity, we are like trees growing in the bush. Wind can blow you any direction and anything goes. We don't want that. So the guys coming, maintaining the connection, our culture, our roots, gives us that sense of belonging and gives our kids identity. It's very critical. So it's part of our social corporate responsibility when we invest in doing even events at the head office here. Like I said, when we bought this building, it wasn't just for us to use as staff, with the staff, but also for the community to create the capacity and give the community the pride that when you come through and park here, you feel like you've arrived home. That's the feeling that we want people to have, not to feel like, am I wanted here? Is someone watching me here? You can. We do events here like we did in the Stuart Murisa book launch. And even after we say it's finished midnight, people could hang around in the parking there and not leave because they feel at home. So we really appreciate you guys when you come. We want to support you. We are always going to be there. And as long as our capacity exists to support our African brothers, our African talent, we will support that, because without our identity, we are a lost people. And we are a lost cause.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you so much. That is profound, because we do lose our culture, and you can see it with the young people now, that we are slowly losing our culture and our values. And your music will keep them closer to Shona. We know they struggle with speaking Shona here. Yeah? Our young ones. They struggle. I know. You know, so some of this music can also keep them closer to their Shona roots, and it could also help them, you know, and I think that's something that's very important. But as we're now... Yeah?
That point is sometimes the only Shona they can speak is the song.
Right? Exactly. Exactly. When I'm going any accent. Even in an accent. Comes out about no Tara Natio, I'm just gonna ask you some parting shots, because now we've got obviously a generation that is also removed from their culture, and we're trying to ensure that the music also keeps them closer to their culture. But we also have a generation that is suffering from drug and substance abuse, because they might not have opportunities and other things that they can do. Just your advice, and I think I'm going to do that too with the three of you. So it's starting with you, Natio, your advice, even the work that you're doing, and how you also want to sort of support even these young people to say there are other things that you can do out there. It's not the end of the world.
2 questions?
Yeah.
Please come again on the first one.
Okay. On that, no, the first one, well, it's one. It's 1 in 2. It's 2 in 1. But you can just answer it as a collective, because I was saying some have lost their culture, so it means your music is carrying Zimbabwe's culture, by the way. So, what message do you have out there to the youth that have lost even their roots? And you're saying, okay, be encouraged, love your roots, love where you come from, because and that's actually what Jalpeza sang a song like that. And then you've got youth that are suffering from drug and substance abuse as well, because also as well. So what advice do you have for these young people?
Yeah, it's an important thing. Like what the CEO said, some of our people, the only Shona they can speak is through the songs. They barely remember, or they barely know the Shona, and these are dynamics we cannot change, but we can help. So maybe me being a musician, I have to somehow make sure I incorporate the Shona as much as possible, so that the kids, the generation that follow us, still stay in touch with it. And it's important to say this too, because the reason why our music as Zimbabweans is not like fully tackled the global scene is because I don't think we are as patriotic as other nationalities. We come here, we quickly abandon what we know and what brought us up, and we take what we see here, and we don't have a demand for our own. We don't have a demand for things that make us us. We don't have a demand for our own artists, our own music, our own language, our own food, our own everything, fashion and everything. And that is to change. Because for us to grow and progress to the levels that we desire to progress, we need to be patriotic and we need to be one, and we need to love ours the most, and we need to demand ours the most. It doesn't matter where we are, because the world now is digital. The world is diluted. So many ethnicities and generations and my immigrants, I wonder, they are cross cultures within us. So in that point, we need to find ourselves loving our own, so as to push our own. Coming to the drug abuse, my cultures are Gasiana. Whenever people migrate via UK, this is a different scene. My drugs kunuganonge mamwe ari allowed asinga for me Africa kudin. So when this came here, they indulge, because indulgence is in the air. It's your call to say, let me take it. It still comes back to what I'm saying, that we need to love our own. We still need to hold on to what we were taught. Because in growing up, I was told this such about, when we know certain things cannot be touched. But can't be exposed to certain things. Like I know schools at some point in time here, they were doing vape. That's not allowed where we come from. That's not allowed. So these are cultural differences, and the only way we can bridge that gap is to stick to our own. Our values will keep us intact, and our values even help us curb the drug abuse. Because because there's a limit, there are things you cannot do, there are things you cannot necessarily do, and our parents need to play a part in this, strengthen this. And I will do my part as a musician to sing about it, educate, empower, and make sure as the music goes, the education goes too. And as the education goes, our people stay in touch with what makes us us, despite the region or the geography. Yeah.
Profound. Profound words. ExQ.
Okay, so as an artist, I did this show, Nelana People, because I wanted to keep the culture going. Generation young we need it's not the same generation and anatio. So that's one of the reasons why Nat is also on the lineup, so that he can also communicate with this younger generation, because we want the culture to keep. I'm sure we've got two my shows because the generation will probably not come to my shows because so that gap no matter what. So we need to cover that gap so that culture it keeps going, because things are different, you know. Some of our values and even what we eat. But you know what? It's important to teach but it's too late, you're already old. But when you're young, you pizza and other things. But it's not important, it's not good for your health. Tabu abandon our culture, what we eat and what we believe. So the reason why lineup is for these guys to also communicate with the younger generation. Could it say show in where the older generation other, you know, genres or which follow a culture, see our own culture. That drug, I believe, could as parents, we need to play a bigger role, because kids can be kids. No, I know kuna rules akasiyana here and there, you know, you can't talk to your child you can't but there should be a way condition. Just my wife, she's a psychologist. You deal with words. You deal with condition words. So I think as parents we need to play a bigger role when it comes to drugs towards our kids.
Indeed, and yeah, as parents we do really play a big part. And I think because there's so many shifting cultures and so many other things that are taking their attention, it's important that we also understand how those things work and find ways to talk to our children through what it is that they actually enjoy, something that they understand, and say, oh, okay, fine, let me equate this to this in our culture. And I think it will be easier for them to also understand and pick it up. But I want to, where did Tamuka go? Tamuka, no was reading. What, you got two my plates? All right, I want us to listen to some of the new music, all right? I want us to listen to some of the new music, and then soon after we do that, we're gonna get your take on that, and then we're gonna have our vote of thanks, all right? So, Tamuka, do you need a microphone so that you can like say some stuff and hype us up? Yes, you do. Amazing. Here you go. You're welcome.
It's trying to stop me. Keep on. Oh, okay. Oh, we need to do this off air. Okay.
Okay. Because I said, yeah, release. We're getting